Hola and welcome to Within. This is a place where we all come together to remember who we really are. And I am your host, Nina Segura, and it's not a coincidence that we are here today. It only means that we are ready and it's time. It's time to go within to live our truth. So let's get started. For those moments when we are feeling unsupported, feeling unloved, feeling like we are defeated, sad, hurt, any negative emotion, in those moments it's so important to remember the truth of who you really are, that you are loved and that you are supported and that you are protected. However, it's so easy to say that, but so difficult to actually feel that within you. And the reason why, it's because we don't have a truly connection or awareness of who we really are. And in order for us to have that, it's important to build a relationship with our higher self, with God, the universe. And today is going to be all about that. I'm going to share a story that in a moment in my life when I felt really, really sad and hurt and defeated, I was feeling alone. I heard that story and helped me to really open up myself to truly build a relationship with that something bigger than myself, that universe, that energy, that higher power. And that helped me to truly become stronger, to be faithful, to believe in the things that were gonna happen even though they were not happening, to have faith, to trust and surrender. And this is the perfect topic to start with, because on last week when I was asking in my social media what would be a topic that you would like to hear about, and I gave a couple of options and different topics, the topic of surrendering and trusting came up with more votes. So I was just very excited because I thought, wow, this is amazing. It's something that I was having in my heart too to share with, and it's happening. So we're gonna start these couple of episodes, this first month, talking about our surrendering, trusting, and building truly a relationship with that higher power and that force. Now, I'm gonna be talking about that with different labels. I might use universe, spirit, consciousness, awareness, love, source energy, you name it. There's so many different ways, but I trust that you are aware that I am referring to the same thing. So you choose the name and the label that best works for you, that makes you feel really connected, because there's nothing worse than being imposed and being told what to believe, how to believe, and how to believe. I come from a background where I was told how to believe in God, how to follow and please and build that relationship with God. But I was just following what I was told, and I didn't know that it could be different for me, and there was something different that could work better for me. And then I really had to go through a transition where I was able to now truly build a relationship that it's unique to me, and that it works for me, and that it's special. So my invitation through this episode is for you to be open and curious to build your own personal relationship with this concept of God. No one has to impose you anything. No one has to tell you how to do it. You yourself start to kind of, build this connection and relationship. And I'm going to talk about that later. But yeah, let's start with that, because there was a time in my life when I truly was feeling really discouraged and disappointed because I broke up with my first boyfriend. And if you have had your first relationship and you have gone through a breakup, that is very challenging. And I felt really disappointed because I thought that that was it. My first relationship, I was gonna be forever and ever. And when I broke up with this person, I felt like I was alone, disappointed, hurt, confused. I had all the emotions, you know, and I came here to Australia. I was few months arrived here in Australia, so I was alone. I didn't have friends, I didn't have my family, and going through a breakup like that by myself, I felt like everything was falling apart. And in that moment, I was very feeling confused about what were my beliefs about God and spirituality. I didn't really have clarity around that. And I was confused. I was wondering and saying and thinking, like, where is God? Why did this happen to me? Like, because I felt that breakup was very unfair, was very disappointing. I felt that I did all what I could in my hands for that relationship to work out, and then it didn't work out. I felt like, what? And I didn't feel like I could talk to anyone because I didn't feel like anyone will understand. So in that moment, I was wondering, like, what do I do? Where is God in this moment? How do I make sense to things? And I've always had this awareness that there is a higher power out there, but that higher power felt like it was not there. God, I felt that God forgot me, and I felt that I was alone with me and my emotions in that hole going down, down, down. And in those moments, I always say that the wound is the space where the light enters you. The wound is the space where the light enters you. And when the light enters you, everything changes. And in that moment of having this wound, I was feeling wounded. Truly, the light entered me through a story. And I was not looking for it. It just came to me. And I just felt that it's going to be a good idea to share it with you. So if today you're feeling whatever you've been feeling, you know, you might be feeling okay and it's all good. This could be an invitation for you to just have just an awareness of the possibility for you to build a relationship with this higher power, higher force. And this is just gonna keep improving your life, making it even better, and making it more even flowing, having more awareness. And you know, in those moments when we feel alone and all of that, or that you're feeling that discouraged or any negative emotion, in those moments when you have this awareness of what is God, who is God, what is that concept of that, you become stronger. You just really remember that you are always supported. But you will come to that later. Maybe let me read to you, or maybe I don't know if I'm gonna read it to you. I'm just gonna tell you, because if I read, sometimes it sounds funny when I read something. I'm just gonna tell you out of my memory the story, because I just love stories, and your subconscious mind understands better through stories. So this story is about two babies having a conversation in a mother's womb. And this story starts with one of the babies asking the other one. And one of the babies asked, "Hey, do you believe in life after delivery?" And the other replied, "Yes, I think so. I think that there is life after delivery and that we are here just getting ready, getting prepared for it." And the other says, like, "Really? No, I don't think so. I think that there's nothing out there, you know, like, because if it's gonna be life after delivery, what kind of life would that be? How would that look like? And the other replied, well, I think that we are going to be able to walk with our legs and eat through our mouths, and maybe we're gonna have different senses. I don't know. Maybe, you know, like, we might not understand it right now, but it will happen. And the other replied, what? You are crazy. That's no way. How are we going to be able to eat with our mouths? Like, our nutrition comes from this umbilical cord, and how are we going to move if this cord is so short? How are we going to walk even with our legs? They are tiny. Oh my God, now you're crazy. Plus, no one has ever been able to come back from that after delivery, from that afterlife, and tell us anything about that. So there's no way, there's nothing out there. It's just black, silence, darkness. There's nothing out there. And the other says, I don't know, maybe, you know, maybe we're not gonna really need an umbilical cord. Maybe, you know, things will be different. Maybe we are going to, you know, for sure, we're gonna be close to Mother. We are gonna meet Mother. And actually, maybe Mother is gonna take care of us and look after us. And the other replied, oh my God, are you serious? Do you really believe in Mother? How can you believe in Mother if Mother is not here? You cannot see Mother. Mother, you know, if Mother would exist, where is she now? She is not here. We cannot see her. We cannot touch her. We cannot talk to her. There's no way that Mother exists. And the other replied, well, I don't know, maybe, you know, she's all around us. Maybe we are surrounded by her. Maybe we are of her, and it is in her that we live. And actually, without her, this world would not or could not exist. And the other replied, well, I don't see her. So it's very illogical. Makes no sense that you or I can actually believe in Mother. There's no way that that can happen. And to which the other baby replied and said, you know, sometimes when you are in silence and you focus and you really listen, you can perceive her presence and you can hear her loving voice calling down from above. End of the story. Oh my God. I loved that story because it's so true. How many times we feel like these babies. We feel like sometimes we completely trust and believe that there is something, a higher force out there around us, with us, looking after us. And other times we feel like we are alone. We are just here by ourselves and there's nothing else, and it's so difficult to believe in something that we cannot see, touch, hear, right? And that is normal because we are human beings. And what it's required is faith. Faith in something that we cannot see, hear, or touch. And that is challenging. But like one of these babies said, you know, sometimes when we are in silence and you truly focus and you really listen, you can perceive its presence and you can hear its loving voice calling you down from above. That's why I was so inspired to create this space within, because in those moments it's not just one event, it's not just one challenge that I have had. All throughout my life I came up with the conclusion that in every single challenge, in every single moment, and not just in the challenges, you know, even in those moments of bliss, in those moments of peace. You close your eyes and you just go within, and in that space you can feel its presence. You can feel that there must be something beyond your understanding that is doing everything, all the work. You don't have to even think about it, and your heart is pumping blood and doing its job. Your organs are working. You don't need to even do it, and your lungs are working. We don't have to do anything, and the sun it's coming up, and we don't have to do anything, and the water from the sea is in its place, and the birds are where they need to be, and you know, the rain is coming and the sun is coming, and everything is in place for us to keep living. We don't have to do anything. The same as these little babies in a mother's womb. There's nothing that they have to do. They can worry, and you know, really think about what is going to happen later, or are we gonna, you know, our body is gonna develop, or you know, I'm just making an example of that, because babies in the mother's womb, they have nothing to do. There's nothing they can do in order for them to be more loved or to be more accepted. They just are. They just are. And everything is falling into place. Like, they are receiving the nutrition that they need. They are receiving all what they need. They are loved and they are supported. There's nothing they have to do. And how many times we feel like that? Sometimes we feel that we have to do a lot, and that we have to do things in order to be loved, or in order to be accepted, or in order to, you know, be supported. But what if you are already supported? Who would you be if you knew that you are in this womb? Imagine you are in this womb, that the world is the womb, and who would you be knowing that you are already supported, that you are already provided, you will receive all what you need? Who would you be if you knew that you are so loved, that you are already so loved, and that there's nothing you have to do in order to be loved? How would you feel? And I just feel like saying this because literally this was what shifted in me when I read this story, and I start to kind of build this relationship with God, and in this case they call it Mother, but yeah, this could be Mother Earth too, you know, like there's so many different lessons out of this story. But what if this would be like that, you know, like the truth is that we are an extension of it. You know, we are from it. We come from it. We are of it. And we are an extension of it. And this presence of God, this presence of love, God, the universe, divine energy, source energy is all around us, surrounding us. And we are from it, and we are on it. And even this umbilical cord, we cannot see it anymore, but this umbilical cord is like this connection that whenever you visualize this light and you are sourcing this energy and pulling this energy from, you know, from the cosmos through your crown, from the top of your head, from your crown, or receiving all this energy from your feet, from the earth, coming all the way to your body, and that's your nutrition. That's your nutrients for the soul, for the spiritual soul being that you are, and that you are supported, and that you whenever you are in pain, whenever you are hurting, whenever you're suffering, whenever you are struggling, you just need to come back to this source and connect to that beautiful energy and receive what is already here for you. When I say building a relationship with God, with the universe, is all about this. It's like in a relationship with someone, imagine that you have your house, a flatmate, and if you don't talk to your flatmate at all, and your flatmate is on its thing and you are on your things and you never talk, of course there's no relationship. Relationship is simply you being able to communicate with that person. That's how you start building something, right? And you start just talking to the person, checking on the person, hey, how are you doing? And the other person, hey, how are you doing? Knowing that there's, a interaction and that there's a flow and there's a connection and you want to nurture that relationship. And sometimes, you want to spend time with that person and you want to know how it is going and you want to, just sometimes be in silence, sometimes talk with the person, sometimes do activities together and just acknowledge. Sometimes it's just acknowledging that the person is there. What if the relationship with God, with that divine, with that higher power is simply like that? That is just you waking up in the morning and showing up and just checking in and saying, hey, good morning, I'm here. Thank you. Thank you for this moment. Thank you. I acknowledge, I recognize that, you are here with me. I am here for you too. I love you. I thank you. It's just, recognizing the person that is there and spending time together, going on nature, spending time with natural things, like in the water, grounding, doing different activities that connects you to that. Sometimes even just loving people is a way of connecting to that source, because you receive so much from that higher power. You receive this unconditional love, this peace, this acceptance, this love and connection, and then you are able to go with other people, other fellow soul beings here in planet Earth. We're able to just communicate from that space of wholeness, of like, I receive, I know who I am, I have received all this love and connection from source, from God, from the universe, and I feel so full that I have so much to give. So this relationship is beautiful, and I wanted to really bring up this topic in this second episode because I'm going to continue talking about God, the universe, and this is vital to understand, because for some people this could be like too like this is woo woo, or like, I don't know, this sounds quite sounds like a religion, or I don't know how this could be taken. But it goes beyond our understanding, like having this connection. And sometimes it could be difficult because we cannot see that person. We cannot see it, or, touch it, or talk to the person and hear its voice. It's just, that's not the communication from God. It's not like a physical way. But it's through sensation, it's through your emotions that you ended up feeling this presence and having this, guidance within you. It's just through sensations in your body, inner knowing, and these kind of, whispers in your soul that is guiding you. And just, it's beautiful when you start building this connection. And it's so important because whenever we are feeling uncertain and in fear, and like everything is going a little bit weird outside in the world, this connection is gonna ground us and it's gonna make us feel like, okay, we can do it. I remember that in that moment when I was struggling with that breakup, I heard this story and I just started to develop a relationship with this higher power. And in that moment, I just decided to talk and going within again, like I normally do. Close my eyes, go inside, and start just telling that higher power, like I feel so bad, I feel so sad, and just acknowledging my emotions, acknowledging and bringing it up, and then I ended up crying for such a long time. And then something really loving happens in those moments when you are interacting with this higher power, is that you can receive a hug, you can receive like just something, an inner knowing, or an inner, it's like an embracing, something magical. It could happen in different ways, and that's why at the beginning I said it's personal and it's unique for every single person. You might feel something, or you just might not even feel anything, but you just might end up receive some guidance or signs or just synchronicities showing you that you are not alone, and that you are actually supported, and that you are so loved. So, being said this, I hope you remember, and I hope you really feel inspired to build a relationship with this higher power, this universe, this divine energy, and you are able to remember that you are like this baby in a mother's womb, and that you are in this womb, the womb of the awareness, of consciousness, of presence, of God, of the universe, and you are within it, and you are an extension of it. You are from it, you are on it, and you are with it, and that you are surrounded by it because you are of it, and that you, therefore, you are so loved, so protected. For this week, I want to invite you to journal or reflect on this question. Who would you be if you knew that you are already loved, already supported, already looked after? Who would you be if you knew that you are loved, supported, looked after? If you reflect on that, how does it make you feel knowing that? How does it make you feel knowing that you are supported? Does it make you feel peace? Does it make you feel excited? Does it make you feel, that you can trust, that you are safe? Does it make you feel good? And from those states, what do you do? What sort of actions do you take? And that, my friend, is the place where we all need to move forward. From that space of peace, of joy, of excitement, of safety, we can take actions that are actually going to create something different for us. It's the best space to take actions from, because the reality is that is the truth. When we truly, truly connect to the truth of who we really are, son and daughters of this higher power, extensions of that higher power, higher presence of love, of awareness, of consciousness, of universe, nothing makes us worry. We are in a state of peace. We are able to connect and tap into that state of faith, peace, trust, safety, certainty, strength, power, and so on. So always come back to this space. Remember who you really are. I'll see you next week. Thanks again for tuning in to Within Podcast. If you are ready to go on your journey within, to tap into your inner guidance, strength, and certainty, contact me through social media as Nina Segura. I will see you in the next episode. And for now, may you go within and live your truth.